Just check my settings. We're a bit late. Hello folks, I'm just getting the camera set up. I was busy watching the government update there and I was looking at all the different stats. So hello Kaylee and Kimberly, Fiona, Anita, Carrie, hello everyone. Karen, great, you're on time tonight, good to see you. And see who else is. I've got my oven on already. Hello Carrie. So tonight, I'll tell you a couple of times, we actually are not going to be cooking anything on here because I've got my Blue Peter badge on tonight. So you can tell I have been, here's some I prepared earlier. So yeah, loving the badge, absolutely a proud Blue Peter badge winner. So, as you know, at the beginning of the show, we say hello to everybody. Hello, Anita. Good to have you. And Tiffy's always gets the biggest welcome. I think she's watched about every show. So well done, Tiffy's. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in and for giving your comments on the Facebook. We've been uploading the videos now, sending a link from YouTube onto the Facebook page. We have our Instagram page and the YouTube channel, and also we have our Twitter, but I had a few issues with the Twitter one, so we'll take it from there. Yep, top fan from Tiffy's. So as we do in every good show, we have our theme tune, so we'll start with that. Bonnie's just had her dinner, so she's away through to the other room.
Bonnie and Babs are cooking in the kitchen, happy to be switching up some eggs for you. Bonnie and Babs are making finger-licking chicken and the sauce to thicken with some real good fun. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you need to have some jazz hands at the end there. Oh yeah. So it's quite a dinky wee song. I've been getting messages from different people. They say they can't get the song out of their head, so I apologise for that. So tonight's show, something very quick and easy, which cooks in about 12 minutes, is we're going to do, I call them tortillas, but tortilla wraps. We're going to make into some pizzas. So hello Lorna, hello Andrew, and it's Andrew Sutherland. I got your name wrong yesterday, so I apologise to you, Andrew. We're going to make some tortilla pizzas. So I'm going to get two out here. These are quite smallish ones, so I'm going to have two. You could make a big one. I've got my oven on ready at 210 fan. You want it nice and hot. So all I'm going to do here is put the two tortillas straight on here. Actually, I could possibly move it like that. Yep, you can see that better. Ideally, a flat tray would be better, but I've not got one. So again, I'm going to be having a big list of all the things that I want to get. I love getting a lot of the things from TK Maxx. I love their home section because you can get some really good stuff for quite a good price. And there's Ailsa on. Hello Ailsa. We're making tortilla, or I'll call them tortilla because I think it sounds nicer, pizzas. So I've got my two tortillas here, and what I've done already, while I've got my Blue Peter badge, I have just fried off gently. You could do this in the oven, you could roast the vegetables. I've got some mange too, some green and red pepper, I've got some red onion, and I've got a few mushrooms, so I've just cooked that off gently. But you could put the stuff on raw, but it might be a bit crispy. Depends how you like your veg, but I thought I would put that in. So I've just literally fried that off with a tiny bit of olive oil to speed things up. For our sauce, what I'm doing, I've got my tin tomatoes. So this is just chopped tomatoes, which I've taken about half the tin. I've not got all of the kind of liquidy bit. I've tried to kind of scoop out some of the tomato chunks. And what I'm going to do with that is just get a fork and I'm just going to mash it down ever so slightly. And this makes the base of our pizza. I'm going to add salt and pepper, which we like. So I need to sing, keep freezing out. Is that you? You freezing out or me? I think I'm okay, it's still recording, so sorry about that, mates. So pepper, and then I'm going to add a generous teaspoon of tomato puree. And I'm going to put a tiny wee squirt of this agave nectar stuff. Signal is weird tonight. Is it me? Let me know if it's me. Oh, it's Anita. It's probably because everyone has been online. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I apologise for that. So I'm just going to mix that up. And also what I'm going to add into this is a wee bit of our fresh thyme. The recipe I was looking at said oregano, but I'm not keen on oregano, so I'm just going to pop some fresh thyme in, mix all that round. Okay, that's a shame, so sorry about the signal. It seems to be recording okay here, so I apologise for that if it isn't me. Also, what I'm going to add in here, I've got a kind of handful of black olives, which I've sliced. So they're already pitted, which means the stone has been taken out. And I'm just going to very carefully slice them, like so. And you can basically put any ingredients you want onto this. So if there's something that you don't like that I've got, you don't have to use it. So you're saying it's because I've got so many fans trying to tune in? Absolutely. So that's the olives there, which I'm just going to then add into my tomato sauce. I'm just thinking to myself that would be quite nice heated up and served with some warm pasta. So there's a kind of a vegan recipe for you. So you can see there, that's the tomato, the olives, the thyme, the agave nectar, the tomato puree and some salt and pepper. So that smells absolutely delicious. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just take a good dollop and pop it onto the middle, onto each one. And then just use the back of the spoon and just kind of spread it around. Try and keep it on the tortilla. A bit more there. So I've got my oven on already, nice and hot. So just make it the bits kind of evenly thin, because you're evenly spread around, because you're looking at presentation as well. That's going well. And when these are in the oven, I'm going to be asking you a few questions, so we want some participation. So what I want you to think about is, we're going to ask, if you were to cook a meal, and what is the one utensil that you would actually, if you had to give all away your utensils and keep your favourite, what utensil would that be? So think about that now. And there's Elaine in. Hello, Elaine. I'm actually just going to use all of that and just fling it on. Good, that's looking yummy. So we said that we were going to do one vegetarian one and one with meat. So if you were having a change, so the vegetarian one we'll do first. So on this, I'm going to select some of my roasted vegetables. So I'm thinking again about presentation. So what I want to do is carefully lay out. So that's some courgettes slices. Nice and pretty. And then I've got some peppers, which I might do like that. A few peppers. You could just fling it all on. And some mange too, I'm going to put on as well. Maybe one there, and one there. and some onion. So you don't want it to be overloaded. So these roasted onions and vegetables I could actually use tomorrow, as I said, in just a wrap. You could just microwave it for a minute and then have it with one of your wraps and some natural yogurt, which would be a tasty lunch. So that looks not too bad. So this is the vegetarian one. What I'm going to do as well is I've got some sun-dried tomatoes. They normally just come in a jar with oil. So what I've done is I have already sliced them, and this is where we're talking about knives. I can see you're saying knives, a sharp knife. That's what I would probably be the same. So you can see that knife doesn't chop it very well, but when I use my tomato knife with a slightly serrated edge, you can just see how carefully look how beautifully that cuts. So the sun-dried tomato one, I'm just going to pop on a couple of sun-dried tomatoes, like this. I think that looks okay. And then I'm going to finish it off with a slight sprinkling of cheese. Again, if you were on a diet, do things that are kind of healthier, and you would have to weigh everything and count it. So that's about all the cheese that I'm going to put on. I don't want too much cheese. Then you would normally put some oregano, but I'm not keen on oregano. And I'm just then going to very gently, a wee tiny sprinkle of parsley. And on the vegetarian one, a tiny, tiny, tiny sprinkle of cayenne chili pepper. So this is used with caution. So let's look just ever so slightly, just a tiny wee bit there, and that'll help to make it look nice and also taste nice. So this is going to be my meat-based one. So I'm going to put some of the sun-dried tomatoes on here, mainly because I love them. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, and then what I've got here is just some cooked ham. You could use any meat, you could use chicken, you could, if you were doing another vegetarian one, you could use other types of cheese. Feta cheese works well, mozzarella's okay, but I think feta and something like this goes really crummy and nice. So the ham, all I've done is broken it into pieces, and I'm just going to put small bits of ham like that. So this is so easy to do, and also it's something you could do if you've got children. You could make them up with different flavours like that. So I think that's enough ham. And then tiny bit of cheese. And what I forgot to do on the ham one is add some of the mushrooms. I was going to do ham and mushroom. So what I might do is just put a few mushrooms round the outside, pick them out there. Ham and pineapple works well. Just make sure you've drained it well. Okay, so a wee bit more cheese on top of the mushroom. Oh, I thought Bonnie was there. And then I'm going to add a tiny bit of the parsley again on the top, like that. And to finish it off, a bit more black pepper, because I love black pepper. You never get enough black pepper on here. And I'm not putting it into the cap because I want it spread round, and also it's not hot, so that bit's not going to get stuck. So these are ready. So we have our vegetarian one, and we have our ham one, the meat one there. So I'm going to pop them into the oven, and they take 12 minutes. And I'm going to set a timer this time. So that's in for 12 minutes at 210. Just going to rinse my hands. So I think I've used all the ingredients there, so that's good. Usually I do forget something. Last night when I was making the soup, I actually forgot to put a bit of the tomato puree in at the end. But to be honest, I don't think it needed it, so I think I'll just miss that out. Okay, so we have our wraps in the oven, and what I'm going to serve this with is some salad. Which, as a good Blue Peter badge winner, here here's some I prepared earlier. Okay, so we have So this is just me that's having it, but I like presentation. Don't you think that looks pretty? So what I'm going to be doing is putting this onto the plate, and I'm going to have it with the coleslaw which I made the other night. Hello Denise, hello Kat, hello Willie. I've not actually put the recipes up on the page yet, but I promise I will do that. So if it was just me, I would serve that. We were just having that, but I'm going to have the coleslaw, so to show you how to kind of make something look like that, and also to kill a bit of time while we're waiting for the pizzas. I've got 3 leaves of a baby gem lettuce, which I've rinsed, and I've just cut out a bit of the thing, that kind of stalky bit. So make it into a fan. So I'm doing a green salad, and then I've got some cucumbers, or cucumber, I don't know if it's plural. Any teachers help me out there. So you can see there, and we're talking about presentation is everything. So when you take that in, rather than it just, you don't fling a salad on unless you're doing a big bowl, a mixed salad, but if you're doing something pretty, you want to actually think about it. So I've got some green olives here, which I'm actually just going to kind of dot over the place like that. And then I've got some, another bit of cucumber, and then I've got some spring onion which I've already chopped, like that. I think that's enough. Great. And then, you remember the other night we made the coleslaw, so I'm going to use the rest of that. Get another spoon. When you live on your own, or you're cooking for, different people that maybe don't like the same thing, it's good to think in advance, because sometimes buying the ingredients to cut a recipe down can be difficult, and you think that you're maybe, you need to buy X, Y, and Z, but you're going to waste a lot. Plan ahead, maybe plan your menu for the week. Like this coleslaw, I think it's done about 6 people. It had separated, so it had got quite watery. And that was mainly because there was salt in it, and the salt then draws some of the water out of the vegetables. So you could have poured it off, but I've just mixed it in there. And again, you can see that nice, rich, tasty, healthy-ish coleslaw. And it's gone kind of lilac-y purple because the red cabbage has changed the colour, but I think that looks really nice. And I'm just going to splodge that on here. So splodge, we need to get a Bonnie and Babs dictionary. Splodge, fling, absolutely delicious. Whack in the oven, dollop. Oh dear. Okay, and then you will remember we had that lovely I got husband that will eat anything but pork. Okay, well I don't tend to use a lot of pork myself, so sure there'll be a few recipes there for you, Denise. And hello Leslie. So what we've got here is the salad dressing which I made the other day and I kept in the jar. So I'm just going to give that a shake. Sorry I'm late. What are you making tonight? Yep, 2 pizzas from the Tortilla wraps. One's a vegetarian with roasted peppers, and the other one is ham, cheese, and mushroom. So there is my salad dressing, and you can see all the whole grain. Yep. I see some of you are requesting to be on the video, but if I press view, it just means that you come up in the bottom screen, so I'm not going to do that at the moment. I might get distracted and burn the pizzas. So we've got 6 minutes. And there's, hello wee Framey. Christine McFarlane looking for some top tips. Christine's actually sampled this. salad dressings. I don't know if you can give anyone your feedback. Christine and Ian came and they had a nice omelette and some salad. So she's had some. So Christine, what was the dressing like? So I'm going to just pour that. And can anyone guess how much we're going to put on? Oh, it must be slow tonight, the internet, so I'm going to put a generous amount splodged on the top there. Okay, so you can see there that we've got a lovely, lovely green salad with the coleslaw. So that's now ready. So one of you asked a question yesterday, I'm just going to put this here maybe. I asked a question yesterday about the term fork mashable, that I'd invented a new word, but actually I was explaining that that's to do with the dysphagia, this descriptors for people if they can't swallow. It's one of the terms from that, so unfortunately I can't take the credit. I'm just going to blow my nose. I'll try not to make a noise. I'll just wipe it and then I'll quickly wash my hands. It's only me eating it. My nose is itchy. I think it's something. Just a small salad tonight then. Yep, that's just a snack there. So we've got 4 minutes for our pizzas. They're actually coming on. I'll show you them. You can see them already. So I'm just actually going to turn that round because I can see that they're starting to go golden brown at the edge. So we might actually bring them out. So well done, Babs, thank you. So we've got our salad, we've got our pizzas cooking. So let's talk a wee bit about utensils. So I know, Anita, you said your knife, you wouldn't want to have leave without a knife. Anyone else got a favourite utensil that you'd want to do, to have in your kitchen if everything else was getting? Probably the pepper. Yeah, probably. I think I was a bit over the top in the pepper. I think folks get mixed up and think that they have to request to join the video to see it. Ah, right, okay. Veggie one for you, Christine. Are you eating both pizzas and salad? Yep. We have a big appetite in the Bonnie and Babs kitchen, and also because they're made from a tortilla base, there's not actually a huge amount of calories in them. If I don't manage it all, I can have some tomorrow. So anyone else with their utensils, you'll be as good a chef in Pizza Hut. Well, I think I'm more trying to maybe not Pizza Hut, but yes, you've got a good idea. I think they'll be nicer, they'll be healthier. Post the recipe for the pizzas. Yep, I'll post them all. So wok. Yep, I think Tiffy's a wok is brilliant because it keeps the fat content down and it makes the vegetables, if you're doing a stir fry, you don't have to cook them for as long and you can keep it moving and it doesn't all stick to the bottom. So our pizzas are almost ready. It's getting a bit crispy on the outside. I think that's because it's not on a flat one. And there's Maggie. Hello, Maggie. Nice to see you on. So all the comments here. So I was going to do a show tomorrow, but unfortunately I'm going to cancel the show. I know you're all going to be weeping into your pillow tonight at the thought of not seeing me and Bonnie till next week. Basically, I think 4 shows in a row is a bit much. So we did say that Clear My Clutter, Susie was going to be getting a meal. So I have checked, she'll not starve. And what we'll do is, after the lockdown's over, we'll make a big meal and a pudding, and we'll take it round to Susie. So we're saying, I know, what will you do? Whit, says Tiffy's. I know, I'm so sorry, but 4 in a row is an absolute killer. All this thinking. So I think I'm going to take my pizzas out. They're 1 minute 25. So let's take them out. Oh, and I'm meant to be using my oven glove for health and safety, not the tea towel. There we go. They look absolutely delicious. So you can see, because I've not used a flat one, the edge of that is slightly kind of maybe a bit overdone. But if it was flat, it would be more evenly cooked. So I'm just going to pop that down here. And what I might do, rather than plating it up, I might serve it on a wooden board or something. But what I'll do is I'm going to try it, which I was getting, Mark Rogers was giving me a few tips. He was saying that you have to try the food on camera so that I can let you know what it tastes like. The only thing with this, it's probably going to be roasting and I might scald myself. But I'll give it a go. What I might do is just take a wee bit of the sauce. So there you can see that being cut. That cuts really easily. So this is a bit of the vegetarian one. A bit of the sauce. Yep, you can taste the flavours and you can taste a bit of the thyme there as well coming through. So I'll not eat too much more of that. Nice. And then I'll just try a wee bit of this one. So I'll get a bit of the ham and a bit of the mushroom. And so it's really good. You could just make up all the different toppings. These wee jars from Goo. I'm so delighted that I've finally got I've finally got a use for them. So you could, if you were having a party, people could make them all up. Kids, you could do this with their kids clubs and make up your pizzas. Kids could do it at home and post the pictures. Maybe Tiffy's, you could do that with your Sunday school. And then this one. That meat one's lovely as well. The mushroom with the ham. And you can really taste the thyme coming through and the sun-dried tomato and all the pepper. So they are absolutely delicious. So that's not bad. We've done something within the half hour. I'm really pleased for you to all to be there. And Anita's saying, loving the Blue Peter badge on tonight. Yep, that's because here's some we prepared earlier. And we did do that. So next week, I'm not sure what day I'll be on, but I'll advertise it and do that. There's other questions there. I can't read them all at the moment, but I'll have a read and I'll get back to you. The Blue Peter badge. So next week, I'm not sure what we'll be cooking, but we're loving the Bonnie and Babs kitchen. So please, on your Facebook, like us, comment about us, share it with your friends. And there's Polly joining. You'll need to watch the rerun. So sorry that you've missed. I'm sure, Polly, you've started this Blue Peter badge. So again, it's for you. So there's Fiona saying thank you. These are so easy to try at home. Such good fun. And I'll be enjoying it. So next week, we'll look forward to seeing you. And we'll just do our theme tune.
Bonnie and Babs are cooking in the kitchen, happy to be switching up some eggs for you. Bonnie and Babs are making finger-licking chicken, and the sauce to thicken with some real good fun. Oh yeah!
Oh! The jazz hands at the end. Ooh. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe. Keep washing your hands. Keep following the rules. And there. Oh, hello, Kat. You're just too late. You and Stu will need to watch it later on. And the dog, Kat actually suggested the dog bark and the howl at the end, so she can get the credit for that. So thank you so much. I know the tune is brilliant. It's based on the Ballad of Bonnie and Clyde, which I kept getting wrong. So that's why it's a kind of unique tune. But I think it's absolutely brilliant. So thank you so much, and I'll let you know what we'll be cooking next week. So hello Elaine, I'm just about to say cheerio, but you can watch us on the My Story on Instagram. I'll upload this onto YouTube and share it again, so please share it. Let's increase the number of people that know about the Bonnie and Babs kitchen, and we can all have tasty, scrummy food. While we're locked in, we can at least eat well. So thank you so much everybody. Bye bye.